Welcome to the UK-E-liquid Mixing Show. It is a Wednesday night and it is a little bit of mixing and a little bit of chat. Who have you got on? You've got myself, birthday boy, many vapes. Woohoo! 50 today. Thank you very much. I am 50. Fucking 50. Too right, I'm going to milk it. Who else we've got on? We've got the one and only, the chair, Bill.
And I'm not quite 50.
And he's not quite 50, no. We've also got our own mixing guru, which is Graham Net Reality. We have got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes.
Hello.
And we've also got the maestro of mixing, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty. Welcome, one and all. I hope you're all right out there. I hope you've had a good week, and I hope you're all right so far. I will get chat up so I can see everybody. If you are in chat, just look at the top, and you'll see Twat Chat. If you are in Twat Chat, swap it over to live chat. You'll keep up with everything we are doing. Yeah, old son of a bitch. Yeah, old son of a bitch. And Craig, why are we shouting? ASMR is a big thing now. Whisper. Whisper. Don't have to shout.
Yeah, you got to be more like Mr. Intense.
Exactly. So thank you very much for all the birthday wishes. Much appreciated. I would like to thank Mick, Bill and Graham for getting me this. Oh,
Upside down.
It's got a sticker.
Sure,
Oh,
21.
Get the Grr, nice.
There you go. So thank you very much for sending this through. Much appreciated, boys. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. So what we'll do is we will get Liam to go through a chat for us, please.
In chat tonight we have Tim B. Take Me to the Sea. Barry Jones, Lady Liberty. The Vaping Snowman. Craig D. John Paul Glasgow, JP Vapes,
JP,
Barry Jones, Savage Simon 62, and Mike Haynes.
Oh.
And Rocky Tooney.
Ah, yeah, Rocky Tooney. I didn't see Rocky.
Fee?
And Fee.
Oh, that's it. You want to get named Milk and Honey now.
Fletch now.
And that's everybody so far.
They're all jumping out of the cake.
Yeah. I love the cake.
Yeah, I posted that in there just in case you hadn't seen it, Benny. That's pretty awesome.
I didn't see it because you put it in chat. I didn't see that. John, you all right, my friend? You all right? So what we will do is we will see what everybody is vaping on. We will do a little bit of vape buffet and see what the vape machines are. We will start with Graham. What is your vape machine of choice tonight, my friend?
I've got the Minicum 2 with the blank, and in that I've got Sweet Nirvana by Serendipity, which is that lemon sherbet, which is spot on lemon sherbet. Nearly finished the bottle. I've got the Kronos with the Barrage on top, and in that I've got the juice that me and Bill made. Was the weekend?
25th, it says. So
I don't know when that was.
whatever day that was. That
And I've got the Gore
Saturday.
Arbiter on, and in that I've got some Mexican cola.
Mexican cola.
Yeah. And I'll pass it on to Bill.
So Mexican Coke.
Just Mike.
Mexican Coke.
Mexican matching powder.
I am on the Shikra with the Arbiter on top. And in that, I have the one that we're going to reveal to you all here in a little while that Graham and I made on Saturday. I have the GER 21, sort of like the one that Benny just got, with the Arbiter on top. And I have VST in that one. And I have the Evil Dildo with the guess what's on top? Arbiter on top. And in that, I've got Van Cust. And I will lightly toss it to Tim.
Drag it out a little bit. 1 second.
All right.
Drag it out, Tim. He said, drag it out.
I got Coffee Toffee, all VTA, and the Cerberus on top of the Aegis Legend with that custom Aegis skin. Thank you, Jay, for my logo on it. And then I've got a couple of mixes that mixed up last night for out of our family. Tropical Thunderfuck, AFL by Bob, Bob Ohm's too low. I got that on the Paranormal in the Purge X, and I got that in there. I was not sure how it hold up the heat. It actually holds up really well. That coolant in there is really nice. And then on the VT 250, I have that with the barrage on top. I have Barbarian on the beach, and that's by Rocky Tooney. So on that said, that's what I'm vaping on here, and I'm going to pass it not so gently to Liam because he wrote an encyclopedia, not a book.
Tonight I've got the Hammer of God XL with the Titan on top.
It's empty.
And in that, yeah, I got to top it back up. In that, I've got some Soho Crunch. And I've also got the X217 by Vupu with the... And I've gone blank again on it. I keep going blank on it every time. I don't know why I keep forgetting it. So, yeah, I'm stretching it out, Benny. I got to unscrew my tank again. with the Voltrobe on top, and in the Voltrobe I've running through the last of the Bantha milk, and on that I will pass it over to Benny.
Thank you.
Oh, I hate that joke.
I've played that for a while, Mr. A up my ducks in. So I am on the Aegis Max with the Arbiter 2 on top, and inside that I have got some of Mr. Puddly Bear's Tripical.
Is it tripical or tripical?
Tripical.
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 Right.
What do you reckon of it?
It's very orange.
It is, isn't it?
It's very, very orange.
I get a lot of tangerine from it.
Yeah, you don't get you get a little bit of, you don't get a lot of pineapple, you get a little bit of mango every now and again, but you get orange. It's like swirling in orange. It's nice when it's warm. I've had enjoyed it. I've just started it yesterday. I'm enjoying it, but it's very upfront. If you like your orange, you'll love it. Also on the Aegis Solo with the Arbiter Solo, and inside that I've got some which I need to make some more up, is RY Benny Hoare. And I'm also on the Basium with the Ripsaw on top. And inside that I have got some, slowly getting down this Jammy.
Oh, wait a minute. How far is that down? It's almost gone, isn't it?
Nearly down.
Oh, no. Okay. But I saw a ripple at the bottom. Yeah, nearly. It's only half full
It's half
still.
full. So yes,
Half
guys, you all right? So it's down. So yeah, what if you didn't know? I run upstairs because I was looking for bottles. So I've got a box that I throw a load of, bottles. When you use them, you throw them all in. And as I'm looking through, I've got bits of bottles that I've done, and a Jam on Toast from 2017.
Oh,
Wow.
baby. That'd be well steeped.
I've got, which will be another one from 2017, which I haven't got a clue what it is. That may be a little bit steeped. Yeah. I've also got some of Europa from the Juice Cabin.
Oh my god.
Which I think that would have custard. I think Europa's a custard.
Is there like sediment in the bottom of that?
I don't know.
That looks like sediment in the bottom of that bottle.
I've also got this one, which I have no idea what it is because I can't read it.
That's motor oil.
Castrol.
And I've also got a little bit of this one left as well.
Oh, that's a different weight motor oil. All used.
So yeah, so we might give them a go a bit later on. I might break out an RDA and just give them a little bit of vape and see what they're like.
I just checked mine when you were doing that because I got a couple of bottles sat here that I'm steeping.
I've got one here from 2020, March 2021.
That's only from a month ago.
That's going to be the butter in
Wow,
that.
that's dark.
It's the butterscotch. It's this is the SSA one. The SSA butterscotch.
Yeah, but it wasn't that dark when you mix it. I think I saw that bottle before.
No, I got three versions. I did a batch mix. I wanted to try with different butterscotches, see what one actually worked a bit better.
I don't know what these guys are mixing with, but this is the fresh cream blueberry, and this is in March of 2021. And look, you can still see through mine. It's still clear. These guys
and
are mixing with motor oil for some reason. I don't know why.
I just found an unlabeled bottle, so that's going to be fun.
No, I've got
Those scare me. I have tried some that I thought, oh, well, I didn't mix anything terrible. I was wrong.
Well, we lost 2 people. Just
So for
Just look
Benny's
under the desk.
birthday, apparently him and Bill are going out and hanging out on their own. So that's okay. Happy birthday, Benny. You guys find it funny that their chairs are opposite directions? Like I got up in opposite.
and he's back.
Here he comes. Birthday boy.
I was just reading what Up My Duck put. He's put down bottles, spent 3 hours with old commercial bottles, removing labels, using isopropylene alcohol to clean the outside of the bottle, then washing them. Next time I'm buying new ones.
Yep.
It was because I was looking for the bottle this weekend. Phil, you all right? Herb, you all right? I miss you up there. Yeah, so I was looking for the bottle to put some, mix some juice up, and I just thought, I'll go have a look in my little stash of bottles that I've got upstairs, and then I found them.
If you ever do try to reuse your bottles, we found that Gooby Gone works really good for those labels sticky
The what?
residue. Gooby Gone.
What the hell is Gooby gone?
Do we have some? Yeah, right here.
I just buy new bottles now.
It's
I
called Gooby
Cheers,
Gone.
Phil.
It's exactly what it's called. It's an adhesive remover. And it works
I've
well
never even
for-
heard of it, yeah.
But that works better for getting rid of the isopropyl alcohol. You don't want it scrubbing as much. It's almost like a lemon oil type thing. It kind of takes it right away. But don't get it inside your bottle, only for the outside.
Yeah. Mick, you all right, mate? Thank you very much for my present. Much appreciated. Thank you. So, yeah, so I've never heard of it. Like I say, I've never heard of Gooby Gone. Gooby Gone, Gooby Gone. So, has
Gooby
anybody
Gone.
been mixing out in chat? Has anybody been mixing out? Has anybody been doing anything?
Yeah.
Other than banning things and banning jewels and then putting them back on the market and then not banning jewels?
They can't figure out what they want to do.
No.
No,
Cheers, much appreciated.
I haven't mixed anything. This
Straight blueberry juice. If you're looking for a nondescript like blueberry juice, Daniel likes that Hangston. And actually, from what I know, that blue drink it's kind of like a blue drink.
Mm.
It's supposed to be really good. If you're not looking for straight up blueberry, but like more of a juicy, like drink juice.
Hangson's like rocking horse shit over here at the moment.
Yeah, you can't get a lot of them, can you?
So
Yep,
So-
WD-40 too. Yeah, it will work.
yeah, but I always wondered about the WD-40 because some of the bottles that we use aren't airtight or anything. So I just wondered whether wiping off a label with WD-40, whether you might actually get some sort of contamination in there.
No,
It
that's
might
why I
actually
worry
seep
with
in.
this. It's going to be gone. I put it on a towel first and then we wipe it off. But only on the outside. Make sure you don't get on the inside. I wouldn't take that chance.
Yeah, like I say, the problem with it is, will it leach through the bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Captain Morano. Don't know if I said it right.
That's true, Mick. It is about time you had a decent mind.
Tempted to C's done a birthday mix, if you can find that. Anyone?
Just noticed Rocky Tooney is using milk and honey soap as well
Yes.
Oh, well, you got
To-
to make
to-
most of it, haven't you?
That
to
always
remove
works.
the labels off the bottles.
You can use, if you want to get the labels off the bottles, you know that it's like an orange thing. It's called like Glubigon or something.
Gooby
seen
gone?
that?
Yeah.
Is Zippy coming?
Is Bill on a delay or something?
I wasn't here. I was trying to get a call.
He was-
I'm
he was
gonna
a
be going
mayor of
back to
Sheboygan.
again.
He's become the new mayor of Sheboygan all of a sudden here.
Yeah. I will be getting called back, so I will be gone again.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. No problems. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, Swamp Thing's just pointing, it picks up bottles from Amazon. Where does everybody in chat pick their bottles up from?
Lately I have been doing Amazon. I got some glass bottles for Noted because I have to clean them, constantly. And you want to
Yeah.
clean those plastic bottles, especially Notes. Pick them up on Amazon. That was
I dumpster dive out behind the local Walgreens or CVS. That's basically what I.
And all these 30 ml bottles. This is the best way to shop, but it's really difficult to get lucky enough to do this. But like Light Bearer, my old co-host, sent them all to me because he wasn't going to be mixing, so he sent them all to me. So it's like
A lot of times what I do on mine is I use them to get over 50 when I order from Bull City so I can get free shipping. I also do that. So I just get my order, and then if I need a little more, I order some bottles from Bull City. It gets me over 50. They
then I use that the one DeMillen recommended. I used Bottle Store or whatever it is called. And that's where I got my 60 mils from.
So yeah, that's another thing, right? Herb puts in, he's just put, I use ember bottles for all my mixes and store nick. That used to be an old thing of that, didn't it? They used to say put it in an amber bottle because obviously it don't degrade as much. But our ones now come
These
like
are
this.
the ones that I got for relabeling.
Yeah.
my neck bottle right there.
I was worried about, because it was Amazon, they weren't exactly expensive. 24 packs for like $12, like 50 cents a bottle. I was worried about the dropper because the dropper could be real crap. They're good droppers. So
That's a sauce bottle, Bill.
Yeah.
That's 220 mil.
Cheers,
200
everyone.
mil
Cheers.
lines there.
Cheers.
It's got or 240. Excuse me. It's got the lines all the way up. Yeah, he's got one.
and if
Those are
you're really
great.
brave, you can always just go to Dollar Tree or something like that. You can pick yourself up, a couple mustard bottles, ketchup bottles, and they'll work.
I've got about 3 or 4 mixes that I vape all the time. I just got tired of mixing it in 100 mil bottles. So, if you mix a couple 100 mil of it, it lasts longer. You don't have to mix as often. Yeah.
Yep.
I did find an aromatherapy supply place online. They're actually selling the dripper bottles in amber glass.
Right.
The ones similar to mine,
they-
but bigger, probably.
Yeah, they wasn't a bad price.
These are the
but-
30s.
Yeah, the only problem I found with those is you do have to end up replacing the rubber caps because
Yeah, the rubber caps will wear out.
and they actually hold flavor as well.
Yep.
They actually get tainted
right.
with flavor too.
Yeah,
A lot
be
of people
careful.
are saying eye bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Haynes said eBay. He gets
Right.
this from.
Yeah. We
I'm
do have a question from Phil. Just breaking off with that. What's the best strawberries and cream everyone's had?
Well, you're gonna find out real soon because that's an episode coming up soon. I know. So
I've never had a good strawberries and cream.
I've had a good strawberry, which was a banging strawberry, and I'll take me out, which is Jay from Roxford Project. His jam tart is strawberry out. That's banging. As for a strawberries and cream, yeah, it's really hard. Is that one like? The creams are sometimes off, which I've got one that I said to you the other day, which were on a disposable, and the cream tasted more like an off milk. You have a problem with that, so I've not really had that many that I thought, wow, that's a banging strawberries and cream.
I had a really good one. Yeah. But
yeah.
I mixed it. So I knew what was in it. So it wasn't a commercial one. I've never done a commercial strawberries and cream.
Yeah, the only strawberries and cream that I've ever liked was one I mixed myself.
Yeah.
That's 100.
yeah, that's actually a problem with a lot of these things like that. Like anything with cream, you're going to prefer your own mix because you can adjust it the way you want it to be. And I think that's going to be an issue even with the testing of the strawberries and cream. It's
See, when I first started mixing, it was always a staple that you cut your teeth on a strawberry and cream because they said that was the easiest one to do. Everybody said if you want to mix something, mix the strawberries and cream because it's the easiest one to do. You got your strawberry right, sweet strawberry, and whatever cream you want to bang in there to see what it comes out like. And I said once you nail that, you've got the basis of mixing any other mix.
Yep.
So I don't know if there's people still say that now, but yeah, it used to be if you can mix the strawberries and cream, you can mix out.
well, we have strawberry and creams coming up though. The actual like pre-made strawberries and creams we're going to test. And that'll be interesting to see because I know that it's not going to be as good as a strawberry and cream you can mix up yourself. Because you know what creams you like? You know what strawberries you like? Mix them.
Yes. Yeah. Herb's friend fills a 32 ounce cup. And he always adds his special sauce. Yeah, like I say, Crimson Seed, yeah, definitely best strawberry I've had. It's one of the most tastiest strawberries I've ever tasted, to be fair. Definitely, if you're in UK and you want to try a banging strawberry flavour, Rockford Project, definitely. Yeah, it's not like me to struggle with creams. Yeah, I like a bit of cream.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You usually taste cream and everything, especially amatorium stuff.
Yeah.
Craig D saying there's an hidden gem on Vaporable, a one shot and a 250ml big shot, strawberries and cream called Love Potion. It's nice.
Yeah, that turned up on my Facebook feed.
All right, yeah.
That did. I wonder what it was. It's called Love Potion. That's an odd one.
Obviously, strawberries and cream.
Number 9.
I like strawberry and lime. Number 9. What no one knows what you're on about. You just came out with some
There
shit
was
there.
a song back in the 60s, I think, called Love Potion Number 9.
All right.
Yep.
You all remember that? Good grief, yeah.
Mate, I'm 50 today. My memory goes.
I just dropped a link into my one in chat. 1,000,001.
Oh, you think your memory goes, Benny? I had this woman come to my house to do like a health check on me a couple of days back. And she's like, I'm going to give you 3 words. And they were like tree, cat, and car or something like that. And she's like, and remember those, we'll come back to them later. I'm like, all right. So about 5 minutes later, she looks at me and she's like, what were those 3 words? And I was like, tree. And I ain't got a freaking clue.
Kieran, you all right, buddy?
I don't remember. They start with CRS.
Yeah. Something says we need a strawberry cake for Benny's birthday. We might have a look at that, mate.
Yep.
Might
Yeah, Take Me and See made that. I dropped already the 50 Scotch cones. Hashtag AFL. Hashtag Benny's birthday.
Do you want to bring it up then? Yeah.
What?
Do you want to bring it up on screen?
Yeah, bring it up.
Do have a look?
Yeah. So we got brown sugar extra TPA at 0.25, burnt sugar 101, 0.5%, butterscotch flavora at 1.5%, butterscotch ripple flavor west at 3%, crisp waffle SSA at 0.5%, custard premium FA at 4%, French vanilla thick from Wonder Flavors at 1%, marshmallow TPA at 0.5%, shortbread cookies and Wonder Flavors at 1.5%, and super sweet from Cap at 1%. So
There's a lot going on there.
there's a lot going on there. The only thing I don't have is this burnt sugar. I have the burnt sugar. So Liam, is that in your book? Burnt sugar in your book?
No, I don't think the 1-on-1 is.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
I'm just
Kieran's
checking because
birthday.
that's quite the book.
Kieran's birthday Friday.
It might be.
Happy birthday for Friday, Kieran.
Happy
Happy birthday for Friday.
Yeah, it looks nice, but there's a lot going on. Definitely,
It was a lot.
Yeah, with that crisp waffle with the brown sugar and the bird sugar as well, that's going to be quite dark. Because I can't go higher with that crisp waffle over 0.5%. Otherwise, it just takes over the mix completely. I started bringing that right down to about 0.2, 0.25 because it's powering.
Yeah, it is a powerful flavor. I've actually used the crisp waffle.
And you haven't, Graham, you haven't answered Mike Haynes. Is there a new lady in your life with your new look, with your new hair and everything?
It's for your birthday.
Look at that. Yeah. There's an after show coming on here that you guys don't want to be a part of.
It's on OnlyFans.
Tim, burnt sugar is on there by 1-on-1. It's on page 400. It's on page 475.
All right. So what does it say then?
475. Okay, I've checked that out after the show.
What does it say in your book of knowledge?
It's an encyclopedia. I'm sorry, but you can't call that a book.
Lightly caramelized sugar with a burnt smoky taste at the end. Use this as a topping to a creme brulee and to add a smoky caramel to tobacco mixes. Used as an accent with fruits. This may work to add a slight caramelization to them. Should also work well with pie crusts and any of the bakery where you want to add the lightly caramelized brown note to the edges.
So there you go. If you don't know what we're talking about, Liam's got a flavour book.
Have you still got the link?
I've got it on my phone, but
I've got
hang on.
it probably.
I was saying it's
yeah.
in our chat.
So Liam did extensive flavour testing on some of the flavours, and he's got a flavour book that's absolutely massive. So if you do want to go through that and have a look at what his notes say for single flavour testing, so you don't have to do.
Oh, I found
look.
the link to it.
And it is a flavor
Did you get it?
encyclopedia because the book is just like the numbers of the pages. There's like a book there alone. Before
Yeah,
you even
don't print it out and ignore some of the typos.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
actually.
print it out.
Let me
Be
see,
ready
say-
to replace your ink cartridge 3 times by the time you get the one copy made.
Temperature saying it's just a frozen custard cone, guys, not complex.
I've got it right here.
It looks good.
Okay, it's
I
on
think that's on
Google
this.
Drive, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's
got
on
it
Google
right
Drive.
here. Well,
Yeah.
right there.
It is online out Madoka. He's just dropped it in chat now. So if you want to have a look at that, there's 2 links there for Liam's flavour book. Doesn't cost you anything. But if you do find it useful, do go over to DIYflavorchaser.co.uk and pick up some one-shots. They have dropped in price. They have dropped... Let me still get some spiel first, pal. Bloody hell, jumping in. Doing a sales pitch here. Thank you very much. They have dropped in price. And what's the price now, Liam?
It's £8.50, but it takes it down to £7.65 with the
Wait
discount
a
code.
second. I've got to do the discount. Bloody hell. Fucking rank amateurs I'm working with.
What do you think? It's your freaking birthday or something? I mean, good grief.
Yeah, so it is available online. So go over there. If you do find it useful, go over and check it out. Like I say, go over to DIYflavorchaser.co.uk, $8.49 or whatever, and you can use Benny10 for 10% off. And that'll drop it down to
£7.65.
£7.65. You have got some of the best mixers around the world on there. You have got Graham.
I know what I'm doing on there.
You have got Liam. You have got Nick on there. You've got Pugs on there. You've got Crete. You've got everybody. And you've got Custard Malone on there, which you can try out. You've also got the original version of Demango Unchained. So go try the original, not Dark Stars flavour. Go try the original and see what you think. So there you go.
I would try everything of Wolf Tams, to be honest, because the 2 I've had have been absolutely superb.
The OGs. Yeah.
I knew he was good, but I didn't realize he was that good.
Oh, yeah, right.
So yes, have a look. Like I say, if you do find it useful, just show him a bit of love. He's done all his hard work. He's put all his hard work into that book, and it's out there for everybody to look at. If you know about it, only place you can find it is by looking on here. There you go.
Yeah, if he did all that, he did all that work. Deserves to be talked about a little.
It does. It does. He's put a lot of work into that, and he's putting a lot of work into his website, and he's bringing the price
It's almost
down
like a
for you
flavor
guys out
Bible.
there. Well, that's what someone put in. It's like a flavor Bible, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
someone already put that in
Spotify.
chat? Yeah.
Exactly. So if you do you have wanted to try something, and you think, I don't think you've updated it for a while, though, have you?
No, I haven't added anything onto it for a while. I got a little bit burnt out with the flavour testing, doing 60 flavours a month.
Yeah.
For about 2 years. Burnt me out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
But you
starting to understand what that's like.
Yeah.
You've done 2 noted.
It's the thing is, Phil, he's giving it away for free, but what he's asking you to do is go over to his one-shot website and maybe pick up some one-shots and try them out. And you're giving him a little bit of love back, aren't you, then? Do you know what I mean?
At the same time, you get a deal. You don't have to mix that. You can just put it, well, you mix it, but you don't have to put it all together flavor by flavor.
Exactly. Try a one-shot from DIYflavorchaser.co.uk. Or if you're in Canada, you can always go over to DIYflavorchaser. Is it .com?
.com.
Yeah,
.com.
just .com.
And get the same from there, but not as cheap.
Yeah. Phil, there's no charge for looking at that, but you could be a nice guy and order something off of the DIY Flavor Chaser from Liam about what we're just talking about now. Get you some of them fantastic flavors and show Liam a little love at the same time while using his book or recipes.
Yeah, I think there's a comment section. You can even send him a little love note along with it if you want. It's okay.
Yeah. So it's an excellent way to give back.
Exactly.
It's an excellent way to make him blush on screen if we make him read those notes once a week.
Yeah. So like I said, Never's Manchester Tart steeping. I've got some Manchester Tart. I haven't mixed that up yet. Cheeky. You got to be cheeky, Craig. Craig, you get nowhere in life if you're not cheeky.
Hey, if nothing else, I know how to beg. You know?
Yeah. We can come round with cap in hand if you want.
He
knows how to beg, cream, and nut. Chip. He knows how those things very well.
Just going on the bottles, when we're on about bottles, what bottles does everybody order? I know we're on about dripper bottles and that, but do you order them like this, with the little nibs? Or do you order the Chubby Gorilla sort of bottles?
I'm getting more used to doing these ones. I will say I like the fact that these leak a lot less often. But when you're mixing, it's nice to have those big holes that drip into.
Oh, like this.
You get leaks out of Chubby Gorilla bottles?
Get leech?
Leaks.
Your Chubby Gorillas leak?
It depends. Like if
Depends how you rub them.
Yeah, it depends how you rub them.
Yeah.
After you use them a while, if it's just something just mixing.
Mine don't leak, but what it comes down to is have to learn how to treat your gorilla a little better. That's
Apparently, I'm not. I handle it kind of rough. I'm sorry.
What a lot of people find with the Chubby Gorillas is that on the edges when you got a thicker liquid in there, when you're squeezing it, it actually leaks from the edges, and people have had the pops.
Yep.
The tops pop off.
I've got the biggers. Yeah, I guess these.
Yeah, I'm talking like the 60s. The 60s are more the problem with it.
The only thing with the gorilla is when you're having sex with the gorilla, you're not done until the gorilla's done. That's the only problem.
Yeah. Do we want to ask how he knows this, or do we want to ignore that?
I saw it on YouTube. That's how
okay.
I know.
Flat bottles. I've had them flat bottles before. They're quite good for putting in your pocket. They're quite handier than when Mike Keynes uses the flat ones. Them ones.
They're called letterbox.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good if you're posting.
Yeah,
I think they're great for just sticking in your back pocket.
Yeah, exactly. You can get the 60ml one. It's about that big, isn't it?
Yeah, or slide it into the inside pocket of your coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a wino when you got your square bottle tucked down in back there. It's
I tend to go for these ones with the thicker nibs, only because of the juice guzzlers.
Yep.
Only problem I found with the bigger bigger nozzles is you can't always get them in your tank. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends on what you're using for tank. Like the Nevermore has a
if you're trying to fill up a little pod mod thing, you ain't gonna be.
Oh, you can't use that. No, there's no way. Phil's asking, so I'm going to order some soon then. What's one there I should 100% get? Anyone in chat want to give me a go? And Mike's put in White Rabbit, Curiously Cinnamon.
And then Graham was saying the custard, right?
Custard Malone is fantastic.
Custard Malone, if you like custard, is really good.
What was the other one from Wolf Tam you had, Graham?
Mango Unchained.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I left it a week and I was like, I don't like this. After about 3 weeks, a month, wow. It just blends so well.
Yeah, if you like your mango, then you might like the mango Unchained.
Yeah, if you want a custard, go with Custard Malone. If you want a mango, the damn gorilla.
Have you been on the...
He's not done yet.
That gorilla took advantage of you too much, huh? Yeah, got it. Okay.
And if you want a cinnamon, go with the White Rabbit.
Yeah. Or Creed's custard as well.
Yes,
Creed's custard is good.
Yes.
White Rabbit and Curiously Cinnamon at the moment aren't available on the UK site. They're only available on the Canadian site.
So then you need to go to the UK site. But the other thing is the more you order, the more you save.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
Yes. And the more people that order, the more likely Liam is to get the other ones in.
And And I'm still on the pre-increase shipping as well. So it's £3.35 first class.
Mick gets the fat ones, puts them in the back pocket, and looks like Linford.
I don't know if I were a officer of the law and I'm looking around seeing that flask one that Grandma's holding up,
Yes.
I'd start to think you were carrying hooch, Johnny. I'm sorry, but it does not look like a dripper bottle.
They're just fantastic for going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can put them in your pocket, yeah.
It's a decent amount too to put in your pocket.
Mhm.
You know, the tips like.
Phil, if you are going to get some PGVG, get some.
Decent.
Yeah, they're like these ones. If you are going to get some PGVG, get some from. I got mine from Lubisolve.
Yeah, this
Dark
stuff.
Star's fairly cheap.
That's what that's got on there.
Yeah, these
Or if
these
you just absolutely have to, you can get the stuff from Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I did have a look at Amazon, but you can get Lubisolve on Amazon, but it's cheaper to go to Lubisolve.
Yeah.
But you get it. I had to work out the shipping because the price was a little bit more on Lubisolve.
Yeah.
Whereas
Because you've got Amazon Prime, your shipping's free. So
yeah, but working it out it was cheaper to get it from Lubisolve direct and to pay their shipping than it was to go to Amazon and pay that little bit more and get free shipping. Do you know what I mean?
get it next day.
Yes, yeah, I got it in 3 days anyway, 4 days.
Yeah,
something like
that's the thing with the Prime. The Prime always up the price just a little bit to cover for the shipping.
Yeah, but then you get it next day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got.
well, for us, Bill, that makes
Liter.
sense. But over there, you got to remember they all live in this little area that they call separate countries, but it's about
And
the
2
size of your
liters.
state. No.
Yeah, last time I ordered from Lubisolve, they only took about 3 days.
Yeah, it don't take long to get them. And they are pretty cheap. They're cheaper than, like I say, Darkstar. Darkstar's another one. It's all right if you're buying bulk order from Darkstar. Because the shipping's exactly the same. But if you're only ordering a couple of things, it bumps it. The shipping's quite high.
Yeah, but
Do
you
you know
got
what I mean?
cat flap.
Cat flap.
Yeah.
Cat flap 10.
Cat flap 10.
Rocky, are you out there? Rocky Tooney?
Rocky. Yeah, Rocky. If you're out
Yes.
there, I'm going to vape on your just next.
We're looking for a Tooney guy.
Anybody seen a toonie? Rocky Toonie?
I-
Rocky Toonie.
He's probably having his daily swim in milk and honey.
Milk and honey, aye.
He's,
Yep.
he's
So go on then,
He's
boys.
dipping his bottles with him.
Are you going to...
rolling around milk and honey with a gorilla.
I just
And
had a
they're
power
not
cut
done
here.
yet.
Oh, I'd just like to say as well, I clicked on a button on the top of the thing that said add adverts. So if we suddenly go off...
Yeah, if you get a whole bunch of advertisements, it's all Benny's fault.
Cheers, Phil. Thanks for popping
Cheers,
in.
Phil.
Wish me happy
And
birthday.
I
Much
saw that
appreciated, my
button.
friend.
See ya, Phil. I got that button last night when I went to stream and I saw it on there and I was like, I don't dare click it. So when Benny clicked it, I was like, good, we can figure out what's happening. I don't
Yeah,
have to
so
update.
I've not got. You might randomly get an advert halfway through this and we'll go off. Here's a word from our sponsor.
So watching this show, you might get extended warranty offers. You never know.
Yeah.
Could get about anything. You
Who
got that
knows?
recipe pulled up, Graham? That we're vaping on?
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
Extended warranty offers on your Mercedes you don't have, but don't worry because you can get 15% off that Mercedes with code Benny15, right?
Do you know the last place I worked at? We had they had a thing. You were all partners. You got shares in company. So you got shares, and so you were all part. So they had a share that we've still got it now, even though the company's dissolved. We still have this trust fund, and they send a letter when they were going the things that you could get on the trust discounts. I'm looking at on it, and there was nothing on it that I'd ever think about. I could go on a balloon ride if I wanted, discounted. I could go on a camera course. I could buy a Mercedes or a Volvo.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, but I'm never going to fucking buy them. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Well, you
what's
get
going
your
on?
Volvo, you drive down to your balloon ride now, and
Yeah.
And then you
And then-
have someone pick you up in your Mercedes. It works
Oh,
out
yeah.
great.
And
Hey,
then
you
you use your camera to get some good pictures. So
Yeah, you want to go to the Mercedes. That way, there you can get pictures of Mercedes from overhead while you're headed to it.
Yeah, I could have done that. But I'm like, just give me some extra money. I'll take the extra money if I don't want to go on them. Do you know what I mean?
no, that doesn't work that way.
No, not at all. Right, have you got it up yet?
Yeah, I've got it.
There's the link. Nightbot just dropped your link too.
Yeah, code is wrong, Benny.
Well, he called it Rocky Mountain Treat.
Oh, yeah, I ain't changed that one yet. Sorry.
I called it Crisp Rocky Treat. Yeah.
I'll do that
Rocky
now.
Mountain treats. Anybody think it was going to be oysters?
That caramel Rice Krispie treats is really nice. So I can see
Well,
why
that was the whole thing about it. Is like when Bill made an order, he was like, what extra should I get? And I just went, get caramel Rice Krispie treats. You're gonna love it. And he was like, no, I don't think I'll like that.
I don't.
Yeah, I can
like
see.
it. I
can see why it was used as a basin for this.
Yeah. So there wasn't any idea behind it when we just started. We were just throwing flavors together. I think we started with the caramel crispy treats, and then we added. We were taking it in turns. So I added the marshmallow vanilla.
No, when I did the marshmallow, then you said, I was thinking the marshmallow. You did I think we were trying to figure out the wafer, the crispy wafer part. We were trying to, that was one of the hardest things. And then the roasted hazelnut. Yeah. Because we were going to go with the creamy hazelnut. We went roasted instead, because you didn't have creamy.
Yeah, that roasted hazelnut's a good choice.
And then we added the milk and honey so we could call it Rocky's something.
Yes.
And to make this recipe, you got exclusive permission from Rocky Tooney for the milk and honey, and possibly an order from him.
But I made a 30 mil, and basically after I made a 30 mil, and I was going to vape a little bit of it and then let it steep for a while. But what happened, I had to go back and make it 100 mil, and I've already done that much, and we just did it on Saturday. So that's basically how much I like it.
I'm leaving mine to steep.
Yeah.
So what do you get, Bill, out of it? Are you getting the milk and honey? Are you getting the crispy treats?
No, it's mostly what you get is the Rice Krispie treat caramel stuff mainly, but I'm tasting that along with some of the hazelnut. And I'd say the milk and honey is in there. But it all just blends so well together. It blends so well together. It's kind of like, it's just a smooth, if it is a caramel, it's the smoothest damn caramel I've ever, tasted as far as a vape is concerned. And it's not, I wouldn't consider it caramel. That's how. It just doesn't have that in your face type caramel flavor that I get out of other shit,
And what about the nuts? What does the nuts bring to it? Did you get the nuts in it, or
yeah, we've got roasted hazelnut. The one.
Yeah, the roasted hazelnut, but it's a lighter note. The main thing you're getting is you get like a bakery with a sweet kind of creamy bakery flavor,
Describing this really well, Bill.
It sounds nice, to be honest with you.
It is really nice. I've used the combination of the crisp wafer and crispy caramel treats before in a cheesecake, and it works really well with cheesecake.
Right.
Instead of using the base of the cheesecake with graham cracker or anything like that, you can use those two together. Use that for a base instead, and then put the filling on the cheesecake on the top, and then you've got like a caramel cheesecake, but slightly different.
No, it's not really. There's no toffee. It's a caramel, not really a toffee flavor. To me, a toffee flavor is more in your face also. But the only toffee that I've really done is the Vape Train toffee.
There's a good toffee, guys.
The toffee ice cream and the Vape Train. That toffee is stout. That's the only word.
For those of you anti-cult flavor people, just use your favorite butter flavoring instead.
We don't get normally get burnt sugar from every caramel he's tried.
This is not. I can guarantee you, if you try this, because I know what you're saying. It's basically every caramel when you try to vape it, has almost it leans more butterscotch almost
does.
in a lot of cases, which is the burnt sugar is basically that's what butterscotch goes more. But this is totally different. It is not. It's a creamier, smoother, no burnt at all.
Like a light caramel, like the lighter.
I don't know. Like I said, it's even so much so that it wouldn't even classify it as a caramel hardly. If it is, it's a real milky caramel, but a smooth milky one.
Fee's just put in easy tasty mix, 2% CRCT and 3% custard premium.
Yeah, so that'd be nice. That would.
CRCT.
It's a flavor.
Caramel Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm making, but I'm not doing
caramel. The crispy treat is people have forgotten about it. There's a lot of those flavors which people are absolutely fantastic. That says exactly what it does, and they're near perfect. And hardly ever see them in recipes.
Well, there's just every time something new comes out, everybody's trying the new stuff, and it's one of those things where there's a lot of flavors that are out like that have been out a long time and are really banging good flavors, but you kind of
put on a back shelf.
The new stuff comes out. It's like mods or tanks or whatever else, because every time they would come out with a new tank, everybody always took their old tanks and put them up there and started vaping the new ones. The mods, and the flavors are the same way. People do the same stuff, but then the difference is when you go back to some of them old mods and tanks, you're like, now I remember why we couldn't get any taste out of that stuff in 2016. But when you go back to those flavors, you're like, shit, why did I ever leave this thing? It's still good. It doesn't change.
Yeah, like I say, things move on though, don't you? You forget about the older flavors.
Everybody always wants shiny and new.
Yeah, of course I do.
I think the biggest thing of improvements in the new flavors, the older, one of the most significant flavor enhancers is the steep times have been shortened a lot.
Yes.
That's a big factor. Like if you're willing to wait for it, TPA might take a while to steep, but they have really good flavors. You just have to wait a long time for some of the steeps, especially for the
I was wondering that today. I was wondering are people still keeping to the steep times? The standard custard, leave them on for a thing like that, or are people actually vaping the stuff before it's steeped?
I think some of the stuff as well that actually affects the steep times is with the new RDAs, RTAs, tanks that we've got out now. You're getting more flavor out of there with lower percentages. So people are lowering the percentages on their recipes down,
which
steep faster. Decreases the steep time.
Yeah, and like in that one there, that's 5.5% flavor is all it was. Yeah, and at 5.5% flavor, I could vape this thing all damn day long, and you can taste it all day.
Oh, Rocky, you gotta make sure it's a blue waffle.
Yeah. Do you think that, obviously we're on about steeping now and people do you think because people are using short fills, over here we are anyway, that you go to a shop, you just dump your nicotine in it and then you start vaping it straight away, that people forget that you do have to steep things to get the best out of it?
Even with nicotine. There's a plumber's apprentice, he comes around every so often to pick up some of the amatorium and stuff, and he was like that going, when I first vaped it, it was like, but after a couple of days, it was great. And I was like, I asked him, when you put the Nick shot in the short fill, do you vape it always straight away? And he goes, always.
Yeah.
No, I know. You should let that steep.
Yeah, for at least 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I just, how many people actually do that? Go to a vape shop, buy a short fill, get the nicotine shot, put it in and put it straight into the tank.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And that's
but does the Nick shot or the other bottle say anywhere on them that it's best if you let them?
No.
So basically, the normal consumer is just going to go in and figure what difference. I can remember when I was buying commercial juice before I ever started mixing. I went into a vape shop one time and I was going to buy cake, let them eat cake, I think. And the guy was like, he says, I've only got one bottle left, but he said, you're really going to like this because it's been here a while. And I'm thinking, I don't want old juice.
Yeah.
And so as a consumer, you're thinking the longer something's been on the shelf, that its shelf life, it's starting to run out and it's not going to be good, you don't look at it. You look at it from that aspect like you would food or something like.
Like this is
And
getting
with
close to the
this, it's
expiration
different.
date. I don't want this, but that might be the
Yeah.
best bottle you ever had.
Yeah, that's the thing. The longer it's deep, the better it can get to a certain extent. But your mind is so used to going to the grocery and wanting the freshest product. The best product is
Yes.
the fresh stuff.
Yeah, you don't want the
Yes.
milk that's going out of date tomorrow. You want the milk
Right.
that's going out of date next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And when you're buying commercial juice, you don't realize unless you mix that the longer stuff steeps, the better it gets.
Yeah. The problem we've got here, because we have to add a nick shot, is originally we were like you, where we could add nicotine in a thing.
Yeah.
It'll be stood on a shelf for maybe a week, 2 weeks anyway,
Yeah.
before you get it. So it is, when people say, oh, it doesn't taste like it used to do. Well, it doesn't, because it's been not been sat on a shelf with nicotine in it for 2 weeks.
And shame on the vape shop people for not telling the customers that, basically.
Liam, I got a question for you. The one shots.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've actually experienced creating some one shots, so this would be a question you or Graham probably could answer. But the one shot, does that steep faster than, say, if you're mixing it like fresh with all the ingredients, or is it about the same?
No, it's about the same because the one shots are only suspended in PG. So once you add your VG onto it, it's then got to blend with the VG molecules.
So it's still going to take nearly as long or close to as long.
It takes the same amount of time basically because even though they're suspended in PG, it's still pretty much the same as all of our flavors. All of the single flavors are suspended in PG as well.
Okay, that's what I was curious about because I didn't know because I was hoping that those flavors would play together a little first and then
No,
doesn't really change the steep time. Okay.
No, the only way you'd be able to do that is if you were to do a one shot with a VG in. But then if you're doing the one shot with a VG in, you may as well do the complete mix.
May as well just make the liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rox Junior says you can sub strawberry for blueberry.
Yeah, I've got Rocky's
Yep.
recipe up, so I'll just do a quick share on that.
Hey, we just had fresh blue raspberry pancakes yesterday, right? Straight off the outside. Fresh blue raspberries. Black raspberry, I mean.
Benny's birthday waffle. So it's 0.75% Big Train butter base, 2.25% classic Belgian waffle from Molenbeek, 1% one-on-one cornbread, 0.25% milk and honey from Flavora, 3% sweet strawberry by Cap, and 1.25% SSA whipped cream.
Milk and honey only is.
What I like about this is as soon as I pick up milk and honey, I can make this.
And
Yeah,
nice little picture as well for you, Benny.
Yeah, it looks nice, does that? It does actually look nice. Kitty Fun, you all right? Thank you very much for that, Rocky. Much appreciated. It does look quite nice, does that one? Nice little picture there as well. So
I'll drop that into chat for everybody as well.
Yeah. Swamp Thing says Graham's gone for a cig break. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, and Benny, I know you got codes and stuff, but when it comes to milk and honey, I want Rocky's code for milk and honey. I'm sure it's the best one in the market.
Oh
It's
yeah, it
gotta
will
be.
be. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
100% is that milk and honey. So yeah, so as I'm going to mention some of them when you were on about steeping and things like that, and I've fucking gone out of my head now. Old age, you see.
The one thing I did notice Fee said earlier in chat was they were currently mixing for some sort of
Yes, I
some
did
sort
see
of
that.
competition, I think it was.
Yeah, a bit more on that, Fee. We might be able to help you out here.
Yeah, I mean, from a mystery box as well. So that actually sounds like quite a good
Competition
idea.
to mix from a mystery box.
Yeah,
A
so
local
I'm
competition,
I'm assuming you just have these random flavors sent to you, and you got to make something from those flavors. Now, is it a mystery box in that the flavors aren't actually labeled? So you're mixing
that'd be even
blinds?
more interesting. How do you mix with it?
You put it in a bottle, different flavors, different percentages, and then you
It'd
add
have to be
PG,
labeled
VG, and
somehow,
nicotine. That's
but not
normally how we
labeled.
mix.
Shake
as
it
far as
up
I know.
real good.
Yeah.
How on
I mean,
earth
you-
did he get unnoted?
You would have thought being unnoted, you'd know all this, wouldn't you?
Yeah. How long have you been doing this show?
The hell, Jesus! What are you doing here, Tim? You're not. Do you even mix, bro?
Oh, I tell you what, when you were just on about mixing and that lot, there's a guy that follows me on social media called Fatty Fog's Vape Shop. It's in Vancouver, which Canadians might know this in Vancouver. They've got their own mixing station that it makes custom juices for customers. And I'm a bit like, it's a good idea. And he's got a Capella in pump jars and that lot, and he mix. You can go in and ask him what you want and mix it all up. But I'm like, is that a clean room? Is it not a clean room?
If he's got a flow hood.
I don't know. It just shows you. It's all in his shop. It shows you the shop's really, really nice. It's got all video games in, and I tell you what, it's got a grabber for disposables. You can go on a grabber to get some disposable. It's got a roulette machine, a jackpot machine, fruit machine, with you can win stuff on there out of it for disposables.
That actually sounds like a really cool shop.
Honestly, it's really, really good. And if you're over in Canada and you're near Vancouver, go over and have a look at it. I think it's called Fatty Fog's Vape
He
Shop.
put an answer in chat for you now.
Yeah,
10 random labeled flavors sent, and you have to use at least 4. So I'm guessing everybody gets the same mystery box. You just don't know what they are.
And what do you win if you get a good mix out of it? What's the...
If it's a miscellaneous box from chefs, Benny's gonna have a lot of fun trying to mix out that thing.
So Fee, are you saying like they would call it lemon square, but really put tangerine in the bottle? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what they've done with the lemon square. They really put tangerine in here. If you smell the lemon square, it's tangerine.
Don't do it. You'll wreck a flavor for yourself.
Yeah,
I swear it's tangerine. It really is. It's the best smelling tangerine I've ever
it's just
made.
been labelled wrong.
Yeah, that's why I don't tell Graham anything about any flavors anymore. I've ruined too many for him.
Yeah.
Have you smelled the
You can tell him anything about strawberry, it won't matter.
Graham, you got lemon squares around somewhere? Smell them. Tell me if
There's
you
some
smell
flavours she's never
tangerine.
heard of before. So yeah, what do you think about that, having a flavour shop where you can go in and mix your own flavours?
Now, didn't a lot of the shops in the US have actually do stuff like that before the PMTA came in?
You used to get your house mixes, didn't you? You used to be able to do your
house mixes. I actually have
There was a lot
blueberry
of
cheesecake that was made for me from a house mix. By the way, it was terrible. Still terrible. Tried it a little while ago. It's terrible.
Yeah, they've got to the point to where they can't do anything. I mean, it's been that way for a few years. I remember back in probably 2018, 2019, going into a vape shop, and I would be like, well, can you pop this in? And they're like, no, we can't do any of that stuff legally.
Yeah, I think they closed up in 2017 or early 2018
Yeah.
when they closed up that shop.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, they can't do anything for you here.
with that Canadian shop, I'd say
Bomb shelter.
the customers going in and asking him to mix up, say, strawberry cream. They know the environment there's being mixed in. They can see it.
Yes.
So if they're not happy with that, then they
Don't
just
vape.
don't
They
order
don't,
it.
yeah, they don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that. But I just thought it were, like I say, I know that you used to do, Nautical Vapes used to do one where you could go in Bradford where they had a shop. That closed down ages ago because he shut loads of his shops down. But that was another one where you could go in and make your own flavours up. You could pick off at shelf and it got all Capella and that. But I just thought I'd not seen this one. Like I say, it looked really, really good, But I was like, is it a bit like that? Does it, would you someone go in and say, oh, look, he's mixing...
They tried to do some stuff here. They had a place that was opened up just up the road from here, and it was a national thing that they had in a few different states. It was called like Planet Vape.
All right, yeah.
And when you went in there, they had like pool tables, and they had a bar, and they had drinks that they sold, and it was all set up. It was a vape shop. You could order and buy all of your vape stuff. And then they had a bar, and they had tables. They had all these big lounge chairs that you could sit around in. It was just an atmosphere along with being a vape shop. It just never took off, and people would go in there, order their shit, and walk back out. They never saw anybody hanging around in there,
Elpmaduck says he knows a few shops in the UK still doing house mixes with Nick already in, like 60ml bottles with 18mg juice.
Yeah, I assume that's all under the counter stuff, and they're very, very lucky if they don't
3
get
years in
caught.
prison, up £1,000 plus fine.
Yeah, exactly. We had another thing in there, which was Swamp Thing says, has any shop got a deal on flavours online, folks? Yes. Is it Wizard Vapes?
The flavors.
Wizard is Wizard still around?
Rainbow
Yeah, we
vapes.
have.
Rainbow vapes have
you
still
guys-
got quite a lot on sale of the concentrates.
Is it Wizard Vapes, Graham?
I don't know.
It's got the one with a magic. I'll tell you what it is.
Alchemy covered.
Alchemy, that's it. Alchemy have got sale on. They've got sale on theirs. They always have a sale on. Sign up to their email. You get a thing for all the time. E6 Shop has a sale on.
I can put the. Can I put them in the chat?
Yeah, you can bring them up and show them if you want. You can bring them up and show them. You don't get pulled.
What's
on that.
fee?
It's fine.
What's fee done here with the graham cracker dark TFA in the orange and I'm missing.
Graham Cracker Dark is exactly the same taste as the regular TFA Graham Cracker. It's just darker. With Frandy, I know the South African guys that I used to do a show with. They were saying quite a few of the Frandy flavors were actually really good. So that orange might actually be decent.
Who's Frandy? I've never heard of Frandy.
No, I think they're a South African brand.
All right.
Because they used to rave about the lychee. They used to say that the Frandy lychee was the best lychee that they'd ever tasted. I don't know who YY are though.
Why?
Yeah. Would that be a Mexican ice cream vanilla as well?
I guess why
Good
not?
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, there we go.
Tim B saying best flavour test RDA. There's a few out there. I like the Nudge 24. That's a little flavour banger.
Some of that really depends on what you're looking to test it on. What you're going to be vaping on.
I
The
always
drop solo is quite nice.
Are you thinking single coil or dual coil?
Yeah,
I find the
dual
single
What
coil
do you
is better.
vape per wattage? Are you looking mesh? Because that's different too.
Yeah, see, I would be saying dual coil with higher wattage. I would be looking at something like the Chief King or the Asgard Mini or something of that nature.
I would say test how you vape.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if you test mouth to lung, you want to look for a good mouth to lung RDA.
The Nevermore is a decent one for that.
Yeah.
Is it the Hadley? I got the Hadley at
Hadley is good.
I
Yeah,
actually quite like the Barrage for a single coil tester.
I always
The great thing about the Barrage is fixed airflow, so you can't adjust everything.
Yeah, so it's always going to be the same airflow when you're testing against different liquids.
You say vape 60 to 70 watts joule.
yeah, so they're looking for a single coil RDA for that. Then that's sort of what you can get away with a double as well.
Swamp Thing uses OG recurve single coil.
Yep.
Yeah, I
home.
always used to use Bonza for dual coil
Yep.
and the Asmoda C4 for single coil.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you're doing it for yourself, you may as well just use the RDA that you use.
If you already use an RDA, yeah.
Yeah, use your
And then
favorite
if
RDAs
you're-
because those are the ones you're going to taste it on. So unless you're making it for someone else, and if that's the case, try to mimic what they have as best you can. If you're making it for someone else, a friend or a loved one.
And if it tastes half decent in that RDA, then put it in an RTA and get the real flavor out of it.
And there you are. Rocky's saying the Graham Cracker Dark contains corn syrup. Graham Cracker Clear doesn't. Corn syrup sounds like it's going to be an absolute coil wrecker because it sounds like it's going to caramelize on the coils.
Yeah,
Like the
so if you're a
same way
stock-
fructose syrup did with Flavor Wests.
See, I
Morgan
just
saying-
don't think coil killers are big when you don't use stock coils, so it doesn't really matter a lot.
No, yeah, it is a big thing if you don't, if you're just going to change your wick every now and again, then that's fine. If you're going to use a stock coil, then you don't want a juice that's going to kill them off in 2 days, do you? Do you know what I mean? Mowgli says, a Rebel Smoke in Central Mass mix their own e-juice. I was told it was awful, so I never tried it. Most were very dark and probably years old. So... he uses a Rabbit 3 now. What did you just do? I'll do flavour testing on that, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rabbit was picked up by the rubbish truck last actually Tuesday morning. The fat rabbit took a trip.
Is that the one you couldn't get apart?
It is now in the bin. Well, it's probably somewhere in the dump.
Let's see,
actually.
like if
Not
I'm
even-
testing for mesh for someone else, a mesh setup, or like for a sub ohm, I use the profile or the profile unity to test because they actually give you a pretty good idea what you're going to taste in it because it is going to give you a different flavor.
Yeah, well,
Gary's just put down, if you don't test in a sub tank, forget it.
Yeah.
what I always used to do was, if we're talking about testing recipes, is develop the recipe, test it on the RDA that you use normally, and then once you finalize the recipe, then test it in your sub ohm and see if it needs a little bit tweaking just for the sub ohm.
Yeah, you might find it needs a little bit more flavour in it.
Yeah, and then stick it in a pod and watch the flavour vanish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the other thing that I found with the sub-ohm is it's okay to test something at a sub-ohm, but for some reason, when I do sub-ohms, a lot of times for the first day or two, you get that tinny taste out of the coils in the sub-ohm.
Yeah.
So you got to actually kind of say for the first day or two, I'm kind of getting it, and then you'll finally get the true taste of it after you get the sub ohm broke in. It takes a little longer to get that.
Yeah, that coil breaking on sub ohms is a right pain in the ass.
Rocky test single flavors in RDA, recipes in Freemax Mesh Pro.
And the other thing is, it can be expensive if you're testing in a sub ohm, because if you put a flavor in, you don't like it, you can't get the flavor back out of that coil. So now you're throwing away $5.
That's why I
to
use
test
the
another flavor.
initial test until I get it right on a mix, especially or flavor test. If I want a mesh flavor test, I use, like I said, Unity or the
Unity. Yeah. Profile Unity.
Profile Unity. A profile. It works either that or any one of those mesh like style. That'll give you a similar idea, but you can change the cotton out in it, whereas it gives you an advantage. You don't have to replace your coil like every single time you test it.
Yeah.
One thing I used to do as well with single flavor testing, I'm not sure if it's a tip that people know about, is I never put nicotine in the single flavors because I didn't know if I'd actually like the single flavor, and I didn't want to go wasting any nicotine. Because I'd only make up 10 mil and then vape at least half of that 10 mil just to write all my notes. But what
I actually started doing the same thing.
But what I do, I'd actually mix up a separate 30 mil bottle of just plain 70-30 VGPG with nicotine in, so that I could get my nicotine hit in between flavor tests.
But the other thing that happens, though, sometimes when you're tasting something that you've mixed, and you're doing it without nicotine and you taste it and it's good, and then you put nicotine in, it can change the actual flavor of the mix.
It does sometimes. Yeah.
Gary says third tank, full best flavour. Tim B says that could also be it, breaking in the coil. And Rocky Zuni washes his coils, got hundreds in rotation.
And just Gary like flavors are subjective, tanks and RDAs are subjective too.
Yeah, but all the Rocky Tunish coils taste like milk and honey. Why
milk and honey, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to change anything there. That's true. You got a point.
Yeah, that with Gary saying big VG clean the coils right. That's what I used to do with the single flavor testing. That's why I had the 70-30 mix with just so that I dripped that on top of the flavor to get my nick hit, but it also gives you a good idea as to how low that flavor can go. Well, a rough idea. So say you mixed it up 3%, you can drip a little bit down. That'll take it down to roughly say 2%, and then you can. It gives you an approximation as to how low you can go with that flavor before it disappears.
Right, good idea. Yeah, good idea. That.
And it cleans your wicks off. Yeah. So you don't always have to re-wick straight away. You can just drip another flavor then straight on top.
Wow. Nice tip there. So there you go. Yeah, you are correct there.
Or if you do what you can do, if you do a dual coil, you can just drip on the one coil, leave the other one dry, and then take a hit. And then after that, drip on the other one with a different flavor, and you'll get that.
There were people saying that with stuff like Clapton's and Staple Staggered, and because the coils are so big, you can get away with that wicking. But so I did try that, but the only problem I found was I could get maybe 2 hits off it before it all goes tits up.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really give you
Yeah.
a good idea of the single flavor test.
Timmy says most of the time he uses RDA with squonk, but sometimes it's nice to use a tank, but then the flavour is half its strength.
Yep.
There is a function on ELR as well, mind. If you've got a recipe that you really like on your RDA, there's a function on ELR where you can just turn that recipe up by, say, 25%. It'll increase all of the flavors in line.
Can you show how to do that?
So it'll keep your balance,
Do you want to bring that up so people can see?
Yeah, just got to try and remember how to do it myself.
Wish I knew that, because when I've been developing my range and I have to bring the flavors up because of you got to add the neck shot in the short fills, I created a spreadsheet to do it for me.
Let's pick on Rocky's recipe.
Do it. Pick on it.
We're doing 25% more milk and honey.
Well, I'm putting together my Bull City orders so that I can get my milk and honey.
Well, he just said pre-steepy cotton in milk and honey. It's problem solved.
Yeah, so I'll do a share screen on this.
10% milk and honey. You're good to go. That's it.
When you're logged in, you've got this little blue wrench. So you click on that, and then adjust total flavor percentage. So at the moment it's on 8.5%. So you can take that out to say 12%. Click on OK, and it increases.
It'll automatically adjust it for you, right?
It flavors up.
It might be an idea to make
make it 12%.
Make an adaptation of it first, so you've got the original.
Yeah, if you're doing your own one, you could. I could go and save this down now, but it won't. They'll show it up as Benny's birthday waffle in mine. So yeah, do an adaptation. So yeah, you can do that with any of the recipes on there. You just go in, if the 8.5% isn't strong enough for you, and you think it might benefit with going up to 15, and just hit 15 and hit OK.
The only thing I'll be
careful and it increases about all up.
Is certain flavors will, especially if it's at the limit of the flavor, might trigger an off note.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't actually change your nick, though. It doesn't consider nick to be a flavor, right?
No, it just increases the flavors.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that function existed.
No, I didn't know that either. Gary says, Bill, with dual, you can add nicotine to one coil and flavour to your other, saves mixing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff with the dual coil. Yeah, it's nice.
What you need to do is get one of those. Remember those mods that had the two different RDAs that came into the one? That's what you need right there. Remember that thing that came out, that really big monstrosity? You just had the cap that put the kind of V'd the two together, almost like an exhaust port.
That was it Hell Vape or someone like that did that?
It was someone like that.
Marketed as a mech mod for a beginner.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was some ridiculous.
It was a beginner. He said on it. He said a beginner vaping. Begin your journey for beginner vaping. It was like a mech mod.
Begin to blow yourself.
A mech mod with two RDAs on top that actually came into one exhaust port. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing you can do is Rocky says with that feature on ELR, you can actually adjust it down as well. So if it's too over flavored for you, you can adjust it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Mowgli Vapes has just put something in about the term tits up from Wiki, which I didn't know. Derives from the behavior of World War II aeroplanes' altitude indicators, which turn upside down when faulty and display an inverted W resembling a pair of breasts.
There you go.
I never really thought of a pair of breasts as an inverted W. No.
More of an M.
Tesla Turbo. That was it. Tesla. That was it. Tesla Turbo.
Tesla. That's it. I think so.
Yeah, it was. And like I say, the market it is a beginner's vaping. Begin your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like begin your journey. What?
Boom. If you're on a mech as a beginner, it's begin your journey without all your fingers.
Begin your journey learning how to weld. Yep, this is how you weld with a goon.
It's just on 90s Madonna breasts.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But nice. So yeah, you could do that. So that I hope that's give you a little bit of tips on adjusting flavors on ELR, and also for like Timby was saying about testing flavors and things like that. I hope that helps you out there. So very good. So what else is anybody just want to talk waffle for the last 10 minutes? Has anybody been?
Well, I can bring up rainbow vapes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Bob, the
Hey, Bob.
basic namer of adult juice.
Adult juice, yes.
Yes,
So it's one
Bob's
thing,
going to come out with
head
his
on over
own
to-
adult juice line.
So rainbow vapes, that if you go to the flavors and flavor concentrates, most of their concentrates are close or nearly out of date. But the big saving you're going to get on here, if I can find it, where's Flavora?
Up top right. Top right.
There you go.
There you go. £1 for 10 mil.
Damn.
And it's
Yeah.
all Flavora, even the expensive ones. And they still got quite a lot of decent flavors in there.
Do they
Yeah.
have do they have the good ones?
Yeah,
Do they have milk and honey?
no, I don't think so.
And of course, going out of date on the flavor concentrates doesn't mean the same as going out of date on food.
And
They
if you
don't
want to
actually,
go to
they don't go
Capella,
off.
they're all 60p in Capella.
So you go 60p for Capella, £1 for Flavora.
They've
I
still
might-
got some real flavors too.
I think I'm gonna have to visit there because I had to throw all my Capella out, or most of my Capella out, because I couldn't actually read what was on the bottles anymore.
50 mils for £1.50, and you've got the old real flavors there.
The real flavours is out of date, Gary, but rest of them will be in date just about, I think.
Some of them are out of date, but it doesn't really matter if they are. Plurium, I think they've only got about 2 left of those, but they've all reduced. I think they're just getting rid of them now.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen with out of date concentrates is the fact that sometimes they're not quite as strong as they used to be.
Sugar cookie.
But I believe the shelf life on them is something like 3 or 4 years, and
Yeah.
Rainbow Vapes wouldn't have had them for 3 or 4 years. They tend to put, I think it's a year or two's date on there
Oh, and all,
because of UK law.
and all the Salubarome there are 50p as well.
So if you fancy some cheap concentrates, go over and have a look for 50p. Do you know what I mean? If you're running short on some, or you you found a recipe and you think, "Ooh, I'll have a look."
Just don't do it with Graham because you'll come out with $700 worth of cheap concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Well, I think I did it with Zippy when we're on about for it flavour out. We're on there and they were doing that 100 mil wanted with 50
Oh
mils.
yeah,
And she was like, "Oh yeah, try this, try that, try that." I know like 30 quid's worth of stuff that I've not used.
I've got 600 quid's worth of flavour art stuff still in the box. I think I've tested about 3 of them.
Yeah. He has TPA gummy bears. It's gone bad.
As in nasty tasting. Because I mean, if you haven't tried the gummy bears before, it might just not be suitable for your palate anyway. But if you're familiar with it, then yeah, you'll be able to tell that it's gone.
They get hard, basically, if after a while, those gummy
He
bears.
says was still in date, tastes like cardboard.
It might have just been a dodgy batch. You
It
had
was
as well.
rainbow vapes, Mike.
I'll
Bob
put
says,
the-
"How's that mixed, Tim? It might have been the watermelon you use. I get that honeydew thing on Inhale, even though there's no honeydew. It's a beautiful mix of everything."
No, the tropical thunderfuck. I really like it. Actually, this is I tried it in this, but honestly, I thinking this might actually be a better one for like my MTL because it's actually got that nice cooling effect and it's still got all those fruits. You're gonna get a different fruity flavor no matter what you do with it.
Yeah, so
You
just
did a
have a
good
look
job
on
of that.
Rainbow Vape if you want some cheap stuff. We might have a look once a week. We said this before. We'll probably bring up once a week, just what's in sales.
Yeah. Well, just also sign up for the chef's newsletter, and you'll just be
Um,
bombarded with discount codes.
Yeah,
You never
yeah,
used to be at all.
Yeah, they're doing personalised discount codes now instead of having
Yes.
their one on the Facebook group.
Yeah, I put everything in me, loads of stuff in my basket, and I was like, right. And for some reason, I got distracted, and then missed the time period on my thing. But I'll just leave it there till I get the next one.
Yeah.
I'm picking up
Generally,
the
Benny
caramel
does
rice
that.
treat right now, and I just put that in my cart just now. So
Benny does that, so they'll come back a week later and say, "Well, 15% off your card."
Yeah,
Just go ahead
yeah,
and
too
do
right.
it.
Yeah. Leave it in your cart and see if they'll send you any stuff back.
yeah, just leave it in there. Eventually, you get like a 50% discount. Yeah.
I've tried that. I think companies have got wise to that now because I've done that. I've gone back to my cart. And my cart's been emptied.
Yeah, I still
Yeah,
get
that
it
happens a lot
occasionally.
with
Yeah,
certain things.
you left something in your cart.
Yes, I get that
10%
all the
off
time.
if you'll
Yeah.
take it now. Yeah.
Bob did a peach sweet tea that came out really, really nice. Gary saying we'll have to order some more. Had a nice gummy flavour. Did not need much to it neither. It could have been that you hadn't put the top back on properly and it's leached out.
Yeah. Or it may have just
happen.
been a bad batch because a lot of these companies, I think, get them in big.
Yeah, they
big
get them in
gallon-
big jugs and
Yeah, and then they
decant them
just
into-
decant them, and occasionally it happens where they haven't quite
Shaking it up or mixed it properly. You might get the
Yeah.
bottom of it. Yep.
So we were talking about tits up, and now we're talking about big jugs. Okay.
Yeah.
I know where the show's going.
Talking about big trucks. That's it. Yep.
Big
shaking those big jugs up just to make sure that they're all mixed together properly, so things
Yeah.
don't go tits up.
Yeah. Right, so we are coming up to that time. It is nearly past, so thank you everybody for joining us. We will go around and say our goodbyes. We will start with Tim.
Okay. Yeah, you can find me everywhere.
It's best
And
telling
then,
you where you can't find him, to be fair.
Yeah, I try to stay busy. It keeps me busy. I will put the link in chat in here in just a second for the calendar that was Net Reality's baby, but it actually worked out really well, and I really enjoy it. So everybody can catch all the DIY shows here. And hold on just a second, I'll throw it in there. And other than that, Break the Stigma of Unity Discord's still there for anyone looking for a place to just talk. I mean, we talk a lot of mixing in there lately, a lot of different things, but it's always a safe place for anyone going through any struggling issues. You know, with depression, anxiety, or anything like that, is always going to be someone there to talk to. And with that said, yeah, noted. It's been interesting. Liam, you've done it so long. I don't know how you did it. Yeah, so I will pass it to. I'm gonna pass it to Graham since he started the calendar. Go ahead, Graham.
Okay, cheers everyone. You can catch us over on Monkey on Juice on Facebook if you need any help. I'm happy to open up a Zoom, and if you're starting off or anything, if you don't want to be on camera, you can just turn the camera off and just do voice. And if you haven't got Zoom, you can just do the Facebook chat if you want. You can catch my short films over on amatorium.co.uk. .co.uk, and you can use Benny10 for 10% off. And I'll pass it over to Liam.
Yeah, thanks everybody in chat. Been great as always. It's really nice interacting with everybody every week.
What the hell's that, Liam?
I've been bleeding all show.
All right.
I'm trying to blame her on the blood loss for getting his own website. Yeah.
Blood loss.
You can catch me on. You can follow me on ELR, ATF, and the Vaping Community Calculator is Sherlock Holmes if you wish to have a look at any of my recipes and any new releases coming up. You can also find me in most of the DIY Facebook groups, including Monkey on Juice, where you can hit up myself or Graham for any mixing advice, or just to talk bollocks if you want. And please do visit DIYFlavorchaser.co.uk for all your one-shot needs. As Benny has said earlier, we've got some of the best mixes from around the world featured on the site. And there's bound to be a profile there to suit every palate. And I will pass you over to Bill.
What are we doing?
Bill been on Delta 8 tonight?
Thanks, Chad. As always, it's a lot of fun. We get some really good input. We get some really fantastic questions, and it makes the show a whole lot easier because we actually have no agenda for this show, so we kind of use you all. Benny should be paying you as much as he's paying the casters on this show. So you guys need to get on.
Exactly.
You should get absolutely nothing. Yeah.
You guys getting paid?
I'll throw it over to Benny.
Right. Thank you very much to my fellow casters being in, week out. It's absolutely fantastic. Without you lot, I told you I'd be doing it on my show and it wouldn't probably run as long as it has done. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for all the birthday wishes in chat. Much appreciated. It does mean a lot that you've all come in and wished me happy birthday. So thank you. Like Bill says, without you in chat keeping us going, we just wouldn't have a show. So thank you very much for doing that. Don't forget to check out our show sponsor, which is DIYFlavorchaser.co.uk. You can get some of the best mixers in the world for DIY over there. Go check them out. Like I say, you can get Demango Unchanged, you can get Custom Malone, you can get Pugs's stuff, you can get Nick's stuff, you can get quite a lot of people's stuff. So go over and check it out. And don't forget to use the code Benny10 for 10% off. So, yes, so we will be back next week. And don't forget to check out Amatorium and use Benny10 on Amatorium. And go over to Nevans and you check out his new neon sauce. Slime was nice. I like slime.
Yeah, lemon bar.
Lemon bar's quite nice, yeah. Lemon bar's quite nice. So, yeah, so you...
Nectarine. Yeah.
Nectarine, yeah. So you will see us again next week. Same time, same place. So thank you very much and good night.
Night all.
Night, everybody.